They raised a flag on the battlefield, tattered, singed at the edges, soaked in sweat and blood. It was barely more than a scrap of cloth. And yet, when it fluttered in the wind, thousands of soldiers roared in defiance. Some wept. Some charged forward. Some simply stood still, staring at it as if it held the weight of their entire world. Why? What is it about a colored piece of fabric that moves people to fight, die, celebrate, and swear allegiance? Why do countries even have flags? The answer lies not in cloth or dye, but in something far more powerful: identity. Long before the modern nation-state, humans used symbols to mark who they were and what they stood for. In ancient Mesopotamia, soldiers marched behind poles, topped with animals or religious icons. These weren't flags in the modern sense, but they served the same purpose: rallying the group, declaring belonging. The first real flags likely emerged in China around 2,000 years ago. In Europe, the Roman Empire used vexilloids, military standards affixed to poles. Often decorated with eagles or laurel wreaths. When the standard fell, morale crumbled. When it rose again, so did hope. By the Middle Ages, flags became essential on the battlefield. Knights carried them into combat, not just for show. But because armor made it nearly impossible to tell friend from foe, a flag wasn't just a symbol, it was survival. And then something changed. In the 17th century, the concept of the nation-state began to take shape. With it came national flags. Emblems not of kings or armies, but of entire peoples. One of the first examples, the Netherlands. They adopted the red, white and blue tricolour. A symbol of resistance, unity and freedom. The idea spread quickly. The American colonies followed suit with their 13 stripes. Revolutionary France designed the tricolour to represent liberty, equality and fraternity. And suddenly, the flag became more than a signal. It became a story. Every colour, every shape, every symbol told a tale. Some were epic. Battles won. Tyrants overthrown. Freedoms claimed. Others were tragic. Colonies divided, peoples displaced, cultures erased. A flag could be a banner of hope or horror. Depending on who you asked, consider the red circle of Japan's flag. Simple, elegant, unmistakable. It represents the rising sun. A symbol of the emperor and divine origin. Or the Union Jack, a fusion of England, Scotland, and Ireland's patron saints. A stitched-together portrait of uneasy unity. Or take South Africa's flag, born in 1994 after the end of apartheid. It's one of the few in the world with 6 colours. All meant to symbolize convergence, diversity, reconciliation. It doesn't erase the past. It acknowledges it and chooses a different path. But flags aren't always so noble. Sometimes they're designed to intimidate. Nazi Germany's swastika flag was intended to project power and racial supremacy. It still evokes fear and revulsion. During colonization, imperial flags were planted on foreign shores, not as decoration, but as declarations. We own this now. In such moments, the flag was less about pride and more about control. And yet, for oppressed people, flags have also been tools of resistance. The Palestinian flag, with its red, green, white and black, is flown in defiance, in sorrow, in hope. The rainbow flag, born from the LGBTQ movement, waves at pride parades. As a celebration of identity, dignity and love, even in fiction, flags matter. Think of pirate ships and their skull and crossbones. That wasn't just aesthetic, it was psychological warfare. When the Jolly Roger appeared on the horizon, fear arrived with it. So what makes a flag work? It's not beauty. Some flags are objectively ugly. It's not originality. Many countries share the same colors and shapes. What gives a flag power is what we give it, meaning. It becomes a stand-in for the land you love, the people you mourn, the ideals you cherish. It can be burned in protest or draped over a coffin, raised high in triumph or lowered in grief. In one moment, it can unite millions. In another, divide them. In 1969, when humans landed on the moon, the first thing they did wasn't collect samples or take selfies. It was plant a flag. Not as a claim of ownership, but as a statement. We were here. Flags don't just represent nations, they represent memory. They're shorthand for long histories, often messy, sometimes painful. But when waved at Olympic ceremonies, when handed to grieving families, when stitched onto backpacks and uniforms, they whisper the same thing. This is who we are, or at least who we want to be. So the next time you see a flag, whether it's flapping above a parliament, pinned on a soldier's sleeve, or printed on a tourist's t-shirt, look closer. It's not just fabric, it's a story, a promise, a past, a future, and somewhere in those colors and shapes is you.